may seem unthinkable that pyramids could exist in Antarctica. In recent years, archaeologists have found pyramids all over the world that had been lost for centuries, mistaken as natural formations, or hidden in the most unlikely places. And if they are actually man-made structures, how is such a thing even possible in a place that has been buried beneath the ice?
the discovery of these pyramids has caused speculation regarding what Antarctica was like in the distant past. Scientific research seems to prove that theory. In 2009, scientists doing research and collecting samples came across pollen particles in Antarctica, suggesting that the ecosystem of Antarctica was very different in the past, suggesting that the summer temperature reached around 20 degrees Celsius at one point. In 2012, another team of researchers identified 32 species of bacteria and a 2,800-year-old halophile microbes in water samples from Lake Vida in East Antarctica. The permanent surface ice on the lake is the thickest non-glacial ice on Earth. So there you have it. There, a greater history on the continent than what mainstream scholars would have us believe. Around the 1930s, Nazis famously made expeditions to Antarctica in search of a lost civilization. Perhaps hidden beneath the ice of this frozen continent lies the truth about our origin as a species.
On Antarctica, the 14 million square kilometers of deep and desolate ice covering the continent have irked generations of historians. 61% of all fresh water on Earth is frozen within this enormous ice sheet. Yet there has been no reason to believe life forms have ever resided there. That was then. In 2016, a team of American and European researchers claimed to have found proof of an ancient Antarctic civilization. They reported 3 precisely shaped 4-sided pyramids protruding through the tundra. Online sleuths located the Google Earth imaging of these structures for analysis. Recent scientific discoveries indicate Antarctica may once have been inhabited. In 2009, a climate science team discovered pollen particles on the continent. They concluded that tropical plants including palm and baobab trees once grew there, with temperatures reaching highs of 21 degrees Celsius. Then, in 2012, researchers from Nevada's Desert Research Institute collected samples of 32 bacterial strains from East Antarctica's Lake Vida. This is consistent with theories that the continent was once home to numerous biological life forms. This opens the possibility that human settlements once existed there too. Native American mythology states their original ancestors, the Aztlan, hailed from an unidentified white island that was obliterated by a scourge of natural disasters. The pyramid could be part of this legendary historical complex. These claims are also supported by the findings of historian Professor Charles Hapgood. Hapgood theorized that the continent was home to an ancient civilization which escaped or perished as natural disasters overtook them. He explained the absence of material evidence for such a civilization with his theory of crustal displacement. This posits that every 20 to 30,000 years the Earth's entire crust shifts. Allegedly, the most recent shift took place 12,000 years ago and moved Antarctica. The strength and intensity of this relocation resulted in existing settlements becoming buried under thick layers of ice. Importantly, Hapgood was well respected amongst his peers. One of his earliest supporters was Albert Einstein, who petitioned US President Eisenhower to fund research into this theory. Eisenhower left office before he was able to fulfill this request.
And thank you very much.
And the research remains incomplete. Photographic evidence was initially available on Google Earth. While NASA and the US military have refuted these claims, theorists believe these government agencies are covering up the cold truth.